So today we went to Norwich and it was very fun. Very fun meaning like I enjoyed myself. So first we went to the castle, and I think it's just called Norwich Castle, and it was very enjoyable. I guess our tickets were paid for by the school. Meaning we paid a lot of money to come to the school, so part of that money went towards those tickets. Probably. But we went inside and they had like this big museum on the inside, and they had a few windows that you can look outwards, and it was really cool. Like, you know, it's always cool. I mean, for me, I guess, not everyone, but it's really cool just seeing and experiencing like really old things, and old castles are really specifically enjoyable because, you know, they're castles, they're large and grand, and rich people once lived there probably. And then so after we finished doing the whole castle thing, which took like 2 hours to go through all of it, because how big it was really deceiving, because after the whole upstairs bit of just like, you know, normal inside castle stuff, downstairs they had like a whole museum kind of thing. And it was just a lot of exhibits with like animals. And different paintings, and lots of paintings actually. But it was just really cool. Like, I don't know. I'm not like a huge art person for the most part, but I don't know. My own brain was gauging the importance and the age of the paintings based on the frames they had. And not all of them had frames, but most / all of them I think were behind glass. The frame had glass a part of it, so that people couldn't put their greasy fingers on the paintings. But yeah, so we eventually did leave the castle, obviously, because I'm no longer in a castle. And we went outside and we took a quick walk around the castle, and that was fun. I mean, you get to see the whole city because the castle was just kind of up on a big hill, so you could see the whole city just by walking around the castle. And then we went down a little pathway back the way we came, and we went to the shopping center. And not as soon as we get to the little shopping alley, it starts raining a little bit. We're like, oh, it's kind of sprinkling, that's interesting. And then it goes away real quick. There's just brief little rain, and we're like, okay, that was weird, but you know, we're in England. When in Rome, you know, like, whatever happens, happens. And then there's this outdoor market, and it was so cool. Like, the outdoor market was, like, absolutely amazing. And that's where we ended up eating. I just got a big thing of chips. And then Gabby too and Jen both got some Chinese food. And I mean, it looked really good, but you know, I want to eat chips while I'm in England. But yeah, so we're walking through the whole little stalls of the market, and it starts pouring rain, like instantly. Like, I felt a few raindrops on my head, and then all of a sudden rain pouring down, and we're like, oh no. So we're just like run into the stalls to like, and all of the stalls start like taking out the overhangs so that, you know, the rain doesn't, the rain is not on the people, it's on the overhangs. I don't know how to explain that. But like, it was really cool. It was just an experience. And there's one guy we walked by, his overhang thing was like rolling out real slow, and it was real squeaky, and some guy was making fun of him for it, and he was like, hey, I need some oil, and he was like, no, it works just fine, and it was funny. But yeah, so we just went through a few shops down there. The market was really just like food stalls for half of it, and then the other half was just weird things. But yeah, so we did that and that was fun, and we eventually went over to like the normal stores, which was also like super fun because, you know, it's like the bigger store, so you can just like stay inside the whole time. And mind you, we're going from store to store to store to store to store, like sprinting in the rain because it's pouring rain constantly. We're like, we don't want to be outside in the rain because we weren't prepared for rain. So we just like, you know, it's raining, we sprint from one store to the other store. And then after we went through the outdoor kind of shops area where we're sprinting back and forth, we made our way back to the castle because that's where the bus is gonna pick us up, you know. And so as we're heading back there, well, we went into this one store and it was called Fat Face. Like, the store was called Fat Face. I'm like, wow, that's kind of weird, but like whatever. And we went in there and the guy, as soon as we walk in, he's like, hey, I like your Doc Martens, because I just have my boots. He's like, hey, I like them, and he just like went off on talking about them, how much he's like, yeah, those are really cool. My ex-girlfriend had these ones with big flowers on them. Yeah, you should go check out the Doc Marten store. And mind you, this is a different store. We're in the store called Fat Face, and he was totally selling the Doc Marten store, and I kind of poked fun after he finished his little bit. I was like, yeah, you're selling the other store better than you're selling your store. And he's like, oh, you're right, I need to be selling my store. My store is great too. And he said it so like half-heartedly, but it was really funny. But then eventually we did go to the Doc Marten store. But first we went to this little tea place, and I guess it was time for afternoon tea because lots of people had like little tea trays all over the place, like the three-tiered tea trays, and they were having tea and cookies and little biscuits and stuff, and it was really cute. But I didn't want to spend any more money because I had already bought a few things, and so Gabby and Jen got tea and a cookie. No, it was a cake. So we spent a lot of time in that little shop, mostly because the waitress didn't tell us that we had to like get up and pay at the register, but without the receipt, we just had to go and tell them what we had, which was kind of weird. But yeah, so that was a thing. And then we went to the Doc Marten store, and then as we're in the Doc Marten store, mind you, we sprinted from the tea place to the Doc Marten store. We get there and we're looking around at shoes, and then thunder's going, like the rain's pouring down and thunder, and then the power goes out. We're like, ah! Like, I'm just sitting there freaking out because I'm like, we have to drive back in this weather in that big bus. Like, how is that gonna go if it's pouring rain? And like, we eventually just suck it up. You leave because everyone else is like, no, this is normal. And so we went to the next place, and the next place power also was out. I was just like, wow, this is fun. And then we made our way back to the castle, and we went to the mall that was right next to it to kill like an hour in the rain. And then, guess what? The rain stopped like a half hour before we were supposed to get on the bus. Like, it completely stopped. And we got back on the bus, and here I am. Oh, we had to go through King's College, so like, Cambridge is kind of like Santa Cruz, where like, it's like the university is the head, and then like its little tails are the other colleges within the university. So that's how that works here. And so Pembroke is a part of Cambridge University, and King's College is a part of Cambridge University. I think it has like 31 colleges within the university, which is kind of cool, but also like, wow, that's so many. But yeah, so we had to walk through King's College to get on and off of the buses. And King's College is really pretty. Like, it's really pretty. It's way more open than Pembroke. I think Pembroke has more buildings, but King's is just like open land, but very tall buildings around the open land. So that was kind of cool and interesting to see because I hadn't been to King's College yet. So now I'm here. And that was my day at Norwich. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this kind of video was interesting. I don't know how this is gonna go, and I don't know if I missed anything. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace out.